We had to come home and unload all that stuff. And then we headed out to another community sale in Severn, Maryland, because the ads on Craigslist said tools, 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 lots of guy stuff, cars. So we got there, and they did have quite a bit of tools and guy stuff, right, Uncle Venti?
They did.
We stopped at one place. He had a big old, some kind of engine, weighed 1,000 pounds in his driveway. He was trying to sell.
Harvester International.
Harvester International. It was so heavy it was sinking down into the blacktop on his driveway. He had all kinds of neat things, but he tended to buy at auction, so his prices were a little bit high. We didn't buy anything from him. However, we went to another sale that had a ton of tools, and while Uncle Venti was busy looking at the tools, I found this thing sitting up by the garage. So I picked it up and I said, "Hey, what is this?" And they said, "It's a neat, really old antique cash register or alarm till. It actually sounds an alarm anytime you open it to keep your employees from stealing money." Anyway, you could look at here. It has places for the coins and more coins. It has a little bell in here and a locking mechanism. We have to figure out if we have all the pieces. I don't even know if we do that, and see if we can get it up and working. But here, let me show you the bottom. Look at this. Underneath here, this was the lock. You had to pull these, I guess, in a certain order to unlock and get the drawer to open. Really cool. He sold this to me for $3. Now, it is missing a lid. It would have a lid that you slid the drawer out from. I saw one of these online, and Uncle Venti at some point in time is going to make me a lid, and I'll do the stenciling, try to make it look as close as I can. Tucker's alarm till lock number 1. One sold for, what did I say? Something outrageous. $250, but it was complete. It did have the lid. So I'm figuring just this, the way it is, would sell for $100. And you can look on eBay. They're listed like this for $200. So I was psyched. So that's it for me. Uncle Venti got a couple of things just so he could have a speaking role in this week's show.
Okay.
We're trying to hurry.
All right.
We're 15 minutes in.
I got a few items. First, I got 2 C-clamps, 50 cents each. One's about a 4-inch, the other's about a 6-inch. One's a Cincinnati tool and the other's a Samson. Always you can use C-clamps.
And they're cool. I like those. And they do have some value as a vintage collectible tool.
And I got a...
Where'd Uncle Venti go?
Tenoning jig. This is a Delta. I paid $10 for it. I couldn't pass that up. They're worth around $50 we saw online.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is in very good shape. There's no rust under it or anything.
It doesn't look like they ever used it, or if they used it, they didn't use it much.
So it's in very good shape. The last item that I got is a Galileo thermometer, which is based upon the change in density with temperature. We have 5 different floats. Each has a different weight hanging on it. And at temperatures above 80 degrees, all of these would be at the bottom. And as the temperature decreases, the blue bulb, which will start floating at 80 degrees, the red at 76, the green at 72, the yellow at 68, and finally at 64 degrees, all 5 of the bulbs would be floating. And this is a way of determining the temperature.
A rather complicated way of determining the temperature, but we thought it was very cool and interesting. So we'll be back shortly to show you my throne. Bye. Hi, here I am, Auntie Kay, Yard Sales Arena, out here showing you my throne. We found this wicker chair. It had been natural in color, but they had spray painted it white, and we need to do that again. It needs a little bit of reworking, but it's actually in very good shape. $5, couldn't pass it up, decided it would make a really nice yard sale Zarina throne. So let me give you the total tally for this weekend, June 3rd and 4th. We spent $170, and our conservative estimate on the value of all the items that we purchased was $804. Wow. awesome weekend. Hope to have more like this. See you next week. Bye.